Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Show. I'm Steve Moriarty, your host. And with me tonight are my two sons, Jeffrey. Hello, Jeff.
Hello. How are we doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Hopefully everybody else is.
Yes.
And Michael.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the show. It's another great evening of gemstones, and we've got a lot of really cool things to show you tonight.
We do have some nice stones.
Yes, exactly. And we want to call out every time that we're back. Hopefully that if you're joining us from multiple platforms tonight, if you're on YouTube, that's our most popular one. Make sure to sign in and jump into that chat. It's very lively. You can ask questions there, and we're just trying to get, let us know where you're from coming in tonight. We got, it looks like Amy Rumble in the Kitchen from St. Paul, Minnesota. We got Aurelia's Myth from Dayton, Ohio. We got Peggy from Kansas City. Let us know where you're coming from. Definitely jump in that chat. Denise from Central Wisconsin. A lot of Midwest people. And we got Gary from Canada. Good day to you as well. So, but we also have people on TikTok. We've got people on Facebook, Instagram. So definitely post questions throughout the show because we're going to, really try to answer questions everywhere for you. So.
Yeah, we got somebody out there that joined us from Imager, so maybe they saw our
Imager as well.
Yeah. I posted this cutting this amethyst yesterday, so maybe they saw us there. Let us know.
All right, we got some people from Longville, Louisiana as well. So all over, which is great. Concord, California, keep it coming. So. We got any news this week at all, or this month?
News?
I don't know.
No. We're still planning our trip to Bangkok. Is where we're planning on going. Unfortunately, tickets have gone up about $1,000 a piece, but we'll still make the trip and just buy better and buy more. I guess is the cure for that.
Yeah, because we were there 2 years ago. Bangkok and Hong Kong for the shows.
Yes.
This time we're not going for the shows.
I would rather deal directly with the people. And, I've been to Bangkok many times. And generally I brokered. I brokered with the Ho family, which built the biggest, at the time, it was the first high-rise in the city. And it is now the Jewelry Trade Center. So we'll work mostly there. All the cutters and everything are mostly right there within probably a square mile. And the Jewelry Trade Center has maybe half of everybody in it. So we'll deal mostly there, and I'll try brokering, and we'll see some of the people we know. And we'll be trying to find a good cutter, because I've looked through my rough, and I have so much rough that if I lived another 100 years, I probably wouldn't get it all cut. So
you got Michael helping you out now, but only so much time.
You're right. Yeah, I do my best. I got 4 stones this time. So
which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll keep it up and keep trying to cut. And
I'll just admire your cutting.
Yeah, because cutting in Bangkok has gotten a lot better. There are many cutters that do really good job. Still, most of them are mediocre at best. But the cutting quality is getting better. They're using better machinery, more like what we're using. So that's what we're looking for, some of the cutter stones that uses a top quality machine like the Ultratech V5, which many of them do. And, hopefully we'll get some good work done there for a reasonable price, because Bangkok is probably one of the cheapest places you can travel to. A hotel you can get for $20-$30 if you want. But
we're not staying at one
ours
of those
was a little more than that, but we had a 2,200 square foot room for the three of us.
That was amazing.
Which was pretty amazing.
Yeah, that was great.
And it was the price of a good hotel here.
Yeah.
And we're 53rd floor overlooking the city, and great breakfast. What a breakfast that place had, wasn't it?
Yep.
Oh, man. complete buffet breakfast that
Yep.
just never ended.
Looking forward to that food.
Yeah, it was good.
All Jeffrey got was some eggs, though.
Okay.
No sauce.
No sauce.
Yeah, okay. Their lunches and dinners were good too.
And if you can satisfy Jeffrey, that's pretty good because
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
pretty tough to satisfy. He's got a particular diet that is not typical.
Yes, but that's fine.
But
So,
you're one healthy specimen, Jeff.
yeah, but talking about us kids, they noticed some of the photos. We posted some younger photos on social media earlier this week. But we want to call out our other sister that's not here. But Happy Nurses Week.
Because this is National Nurse Day today.
Today's the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we want to thank all the nurses that are there when you need help most.
Yes.
So thank you all. And it's National Nurse Week all week. And a little shout out for their sister and my daughter. She was awarded the Heart of Healthcare Award. She's one of 10 nurses that got it, and we're really proud of her.
Yes,
Way to go,
congratulations.
Dana.
Yes, if everybody could put congratulations in the chat. Yes, it's something to be proud of for sure, and she deserves it.
Oh, yeah. She is a
And-
nurse that you'd love to have, if you get so lucky to get somebody like her. She's really tops in her field.
Yeah. All right. We got that all done. So I know there's a lot of people that watch our show every month. This is our 69th episode, which is crazy because I still remember the first ones we did over COVID. But this is number 69. And for the people that this is the first time watching the show, this is kind of how it goes. So Steve's going to Steve, if you don't know Steve, you'll learn throughout the show. Master gem cutter, is recognized everywhere we go. Africa, Hong Kong, Bangkok, Kenya, everywhere. Yep, hats off to Steve. Tucson, Arizona as well. Michael's also started cutting over the last year, becoming an amazing cutter. So a lot of the stones tonight are cut by them. And that's a big reason a lot of people watch our show. But Steve's going to be going through a lot of these stones. These are the first time you're going to get to see them. We just released them tonight. If you want to see any of the stones, you're going to go to MoreGems.com. And there's a big green banner at the top. Click it. You can see all the stones tonight, all those prices. If you add to cart, it's 15% off. You'll automatically get that discount. And each stone is one of a kind. So if you like it, get it before someone else does. It always happens every show. But throughout the night, we're going to sprinkle in some other deals. There'll be some 30% off blue light specials. There'll be some 25% off some specials throughout the show with Rare 25 is the coupon code, but we'll talk about it. And other than that, once you're checking out, you can use credit card, you can use PayPal. We have a firm financing for you. A lot of different options to purchase stones. But again, a lot of people will buy ahead of time, which you're welcome to do. But if you love something, I would try to add it as soon as possible. Any of these stones, we do custom jewelry design, which we'll discuss in the show as well. And you do have a 30-day return policy on them as well. So
And layaway is possible, but it'd have to be tomorrow. You have to call.
Yes.
We can't lay away tonight.
Yes.
On
I am
stones in the
working
show.
on something. I am working on an option for that. So
Okay.
that could be coming soon. I just haven't had time yet. So, but again, if you've got questions, please post them in YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever you are. I'll try to get to them. Please be patient. Our first question we got real quick, ACA912 wanted to know, Michael, are the specimens, because Michael owns mineralmike.com as well, which has some amazing mineral specimens. Are your specimens able to be cut?
The ones that are listed on there, actually, they probably can be. Those are pretty clean tourmalines. You may be able to get something small out of the Tanzanites, which probably wouldn't be worth it to cut. And
It depends how clean you want them.
yeah. But these are pretty gemmy pieces. But how big out of the Tanzanites. I'm not too sure. I know the Tourmalines, they're pretty clean. So you could, but they'll be small.
But make beautiful gems, and they appear big because of the length of them.
Yeah.
And they mount. Look at the one you mounted for Carrie. It was less than a carat stone and just a cool piece. It
Right.
really came out nice.
Yeah. And I did cut one of the Tourmalines that you'll see it's pear-shaped from one piece of rough from this parcel of Tourmalines that I bought. Probably wasn't worth my time, but but it did cut a stone. So
Yeah, beautiful stone.
Yeah.
You're right.
But there's you got to think about that time versus what the stone is worth.
Yeah, and not everybody is it important. You just want to cut something nice and and have it. You don't have to worry about whether you're profiting or not from. So from that standpoint, cutting smaller stones is definitely possible and rewarding. So, and they're quicker to cut. A lot of benefits. So, getting to the pricing, you look at this amethyst on here, and it has an appraised price of $24.65, and we get that from the Gem Guide, which is a market-driven, independent pricing guide. They go around all the shows around the world and check prices with the dealers, and then they create this price list from the prices they get at the shows, and they give quality and sizes. And from that, we get a price, and they recommend a method for getting an appraised price, and that's where our appraised price comes from on here. It's based totally on this guide. It is really a good guide for those in the trade. You can own this if you're in the trade. Our price online is our price. Appraised price, again, comes from this guide. So, and then there's 15% off, as he said. There's, the 15% off comes automatically when you put it in your cart. All right. We ready to go?
Let's do this.
Up first is a stone Michael cut, and really a beautiful amethyst. This is a Portuguese cut. We like cutting Portuguese for one reason: they sell. People love them. It's a stone that when you look at it, you just get mesmerized by the internal reflections within the stone. This stone even has a few extra facets than the normal Portuguese. Normal Portuguese has 161 facet. This has another row. It was a deep piece of rough, so Michael made use of it all, and it really, really worked. Generally deeper cut stones produce a great brilliance, and this one is pretty remarkable. And the color is the best. It's just not too dark. Some of this material cuts a little dark, and we have to heat it to lighten it up. But this one's natural color, just a beautiful color. It is what I would accept as being the top color for amethyst. This material from Bahia, Brazil is so close to the quality of what was from Rwanda, which many people claim was the finest that ever came out of the ground. But in general, I find this material is very, very close to what Rwanda is. And Rwanda was, like all sources, the best of it was super spectacular. On average, it was very good stones, but this material is the closest to Rwanda that I've seen from any source. So the price on this, appraised price $24.65, $15.60 is the price online, and with the 15 off, it's $1,326 or $59 a carat. Michael does a great job of cutting. As you look at it, the facet meats are fantastic. The polish is great. It's just really a super stone. A lot of labor went into this stone because quartz pretty tough to polish. So it takes extra time. And a stone this size, probably 7-8 hours, huh, Mike?
Yeah, I'd say
I gotta think. Yeah. Yeah. Great stuff. So we had a sale already.
Yes. He thought yours.
Ah, cool.
So,
Yeah,
yep,
you're
I'm
gonna
going to
love
get back
it.
on here. Yes. So,
Yeah,
Vicky, thank you.
fantastic
She
stuff.
picked up this 22.40
Oh.
karat amethyst.
Very cool. Thank
Yeah.
you, Vicky. Yeah, this was a pretty sweet stone. I just posted it to Reddit and on Instagram and Facebook the other day, and it got a lot of views. And
A couple million, didn't it?
yes, yeah, it was pretty cool to see something take off like that. And I'm happy that everybody seemed to like it. So
Yeah, and when you see this in person, you know what you're seeing here. Well, that's pretty good, but it's even better than what you're looking at here. Just really a great stone. You know, I'd hope that all the amethysts we cut, which we have a lot of amethyst rough, it'd be nice if it all came out like this, but unfortunately it doesn't, and some of it requires heating to get closer to this color. But this one's completely natural, so cool stone. All right, next one up. This one I wasn't going to put in the show, but you know I was going to put it away, which I have several put away. But I thought I was a little short on stones for the show, which it didn't end up being true. And I decided to put it in the show because it really is a remarkable natural stone. Fuzzy off it. And it has just remarkable reds in it. The colors, everything you could ask for in a natural color in Tanzanite. You know, it's as good as they get. It's not too dark. And just has just a wide variety of colors in it. A lot of that blue. It really is a special Tanzanite. You know, it weighs 23.06 carats. You know, I put it in the show because I thought, oh, there'll be more. But when you realize how few of these great naturals we get, I have some second thoughts about putting it in the show, but, you know, hey, I've got lots of rough. You know, the video I see, we didn't get the stone cleaned off real well. A lot of that stuff was just surface. But really a special stone. Appraised value on this is $28,720. Our price online, $19,006. And with the 15 off, it's $16,660. 772 a carat. Let me see if that number figures right. I think the number is actually maybe 612 a carat. 1660. Yeah. Yeah, it's. Oh no, I'm wrong.
when you're done calculating that, if you could just show that on the hand to give us a size.
Yes. And for all those asking about Handy or Pamela Henderson, whatever the name was, I mentioned this last time. We did this big survey, and one of the overwhelming comments was that the hand is creepy. So that's why we're not using it. We still got. I gotta find like a sexy, non creepy hand to bring in for this. So because Steve has some big hands, so it doesn't always work out that well. But if you do want to see something on the hand, on the neck, anything like that, just ask and we can do that for you.
So did you figure that number out, or are you still thinking?
Yeah, I'm still thinking.
Huh.
This is an amazing stone, though. I think
Yeah,
Eileen
it is.
said to keep it out of the oven.
Yeah, it'll never go in the oven.
Yeah, just the red, the diesel, that's just really cool.
So would you say that does that show up as red flash?
Yeah, I tried photographing the red flash in it. I couldn't get it.
If it's your first time watching, everybody gives me a hard time about the red flash because people do look for that.
There's all sorts of red flash in it.
But this thing is like red. This is like always there. It's not even a flash. It's like part of the stone almost.
Yeah.
Static
It's
red
got
or-
crazy red flash too. It's got that red body color and red flash to it.
All
But
right.
pretty spectacular stone.
Eileen's going to check up on it later this month and make sure you didn't put it in the oven.
No, really good ones I don't put in the oven. And we've got a few other naturals in the show. And a couple of them I wanted to put in the oven. Michael wouldn't let me.
Yeah, I think they look pretty cool as they are, and I think it's special enough to at least offer it to some people who are, into, all natural stones. So otherwise, if it doesn't sell this show, I'm sure Steve's going to eat that thing.
Next show, you'll see it heated.
He even debated putting one of them in here because you were going to mount it.
Yeah, well, the next one up.
Okay.
Yeah, let's move on to the next one. And just because the shape, I love making rings out of this. You see if you watched Alice's show, the Tourmaline that I put together, I love those long emerald cuts. They just make cool looking pieces. You don't have to do a lot to them, and it just looks different. Just to me looks spectacular. And this one really a long stone. Got fairly big hands, and it's almost knuckle to knuckle for me. I if Michael hadn't talked me out of it, I'd have probably heated it because I know it's going to heat to a special color. But he's right. It's attractive as it is, and you heat it and it's gone. So just a really, really a great stone, great shape, and very, very unusual for Tanzanite. You never see stones with this kind of length to width particularly. And this is because this was a cutoff from one of the stones that was in one of our shows. It came off a big stone. I don't remember which one. I should have kept track of it. But it came off one of the stones that cut a 50 carat, that kind of size. And this was a cutoff from that. And, I got a 8.35 carat out of it, which is a pretty good sized Tanzanite out of a cutoff. So, just a cool gem. So appraised price on this is $88.80. Price online $52.20. And with the 15 off, it's $44.37 or $531 a carat. And these always, if you buy them as a natural and you decide later you want to heat it, just get it back to us, and within the week I can have it heated and back to you. And I'm not sure what color this is going to get, but it'll be a beautiful color. I don't think it's going to be the top gem, but it's going to be a great stone. And you're never sure, because this came off a piece of rough that was top gem, because all those big ones are just, I don't buy a big one unless it's the best of the best. And, I've cut some small ones that have had this color, and I've been really amazed at how deep a color they actually heated to. Which I've got a parcel of rough that'll cut 1.5 to 2 carat stones, and I've got a few of them. A few of them been in the shows, and they look a little bit lighter color, but they really heat pretty remarkably. So I don't doubt that this could heat just to a really top stone, but I'm thinking it's just going to be one step under that, but still really a beautiful gem.
Somebody in the chat's wanting to know, what's that pink thing in the screen there.
Ah, that is a garnet, actually. And, you know, as one of the pieces of rough, you know, throughout the night, I've got some future stones I'm going to show you. This particular garnet, it weighs 11.30 carat. So this is a Malaya. And hopefully it won't get too pink. It's a little pinker than it's showing here. But the color you're looking at there, that's the color that really top quality Malaya is. And if I could get a 4 or 5 carat Malaya out of this, Malaya is just so valuable right now. You know, you can look at Malayas and they can be, I would guess the top end of Malaya, you know, in larger stones, it's probably a couple thousand a carat, you know, but you can easily be in the 1,000 a carat for really top quality Malaya. Malaya is just a peach color, you know, pink orange. And this has that color. I'm hoping it finishes out to a really top quality stone, because Malaya is my favorite of all gems. You know, that peach color just does something to me. All right, next rock up. Speaking of peach, it's a Morganite. And it's one of our hidden
Yes,
gems.
Michael, I know it is.
Oh, yeah, you knew I was coming, didn't you?
It's a hidden
popped up
gem.
right there.
All right, so the hidden gem, if this is your first time on the show, these are hidden gems that we sprinkle throughout the show because we know people buy early. So this stone, if you go to MoreGems.com right now, click on that green banner, or if you're already there and you're on that collection of stones, hit refresh. It's going to show up as the #1 spot. And what you're going to do here is, if you love it, you can get 25% off with coupon code RARE25.
So really a top quality Morganite. Morganite, named after J.P. Morgan, is a peach-colored beryl. So emeralds, aquas, heliodors, all the same family of gems. So good durability. You know, these are hard stones, very wearable gems. And this for a Morganite, just a beautiful, beautiful color. This comes from Mozambique. So they are enhanced by irradiation to get this peach color. But really just a beautiful, beautiful gem. Weighs 28.90 carats. Appraised value $19,580. Our price online is $88.30, and with the 25 off, it is $66.23 or $229 a carat. Just really a great price for a top Morganite.
Is this the same material that you cut the large trilliant from?
Yeah, I think it came from the same rough. Yeah, not from the same piece, but they all were purchased at the same time. Actually purchased twice from the dealer, but they all came at the same. He bought them the same time, and I just bought them in 2 different parcels. I still have a few of them to cut, you know, but I can only hope that the others come out to this color. Clean stone, VS1 clarity, and clarity-wise, that's the highest clarity I grade. Show you this. Make a big ring or a great pendant. Just full of life.
So, Amy, this is it's a pear shape, but it's all step cut. You didn't do anything different on the pavilion of this stone, did you?
No, it's all stepped. So that's our first hidden gem. And moving on, here's something unusual for me, is a matched pair of stones. This came about because one of them was supposed to cut a long emerald cut, and had an inclusion and ended up about the same as the one I just cut, the piece of rough, so I matched the cuts identically. The colors are very slightly off, but not in person. They're not as different as what the picture shows. And as you rotate the one that's a little, I don't know what the secondary color, a little less violet, as you rotate it, the ends of it turn the same color as the other one. So they really do make a nice match pair, but perfect they're not, but beautiful they are. You know, these are good size garnets for this color. This is a rare color coming from Tanzania. I'm not sure. Did we know the source on these? Yeah, but
We put Tanzania, but yeah, I don't know. We got these in Kenya, right?
yeah,
That big parcel. I don't recall. I want to. Tanzania sounds right, but I don't know for sure. I mean, is Mozambique, are they producing garnets like this?
I don't think this light.
No. Okay.
Yeah. But the nice thing about these, they don't have dead ends. When you get a deeper colored stone like this, you know, the towards the end tends to be just dark, and as you rotate these, you can see they have life all the way down the stone. Quite get it in focus and do that, but you know, so they're just fully brilliant the full length of the stone. So they weigh 7.15 carat. Appraised price on these $37.50. Our price online $19.90. And with the 15 off, it's $16.92 or $237 a carat.
So someone in the chat I saw, I know why, but do you want to explain why you don't always polish the girdles of your stones? I think they saw it maybe on the Morganite. But if you could explain that to them.
Well, polishing girdles does nothing for the brilliance of a stone. When I polish girdles, it's because the girdle stood out so much unpolished that I decided it needed to be polished. You know, it adds a little time to your job, but the experience I've had is it adds problems to the job more often than I like to remember. You'll be finishing a stone and you'll go and you'll be polishing the girdle, which is typically the last thing you do, and something pops out of them. You know, if you have any inclusions in them, you know, I've had just many stones polishing the girdle, and just a big chip comes out of it. I go, what the heck? You know, and then you're back recutting the whole stone. So just because of that experience, I've decided that I'm only going to polish girdles when they're distractive to me as far as the beauty of the stone. Because at the angle they're at, they have no ability to reflect light back to your eye. So there's no benefit there. And if it's not distractive as far as looking at the gem, you know, I just decide not to polish. You know, just too many times it caused me problems just doing that last step that has often little benefit.
And we have also, you know, we did a video testing to see if it altered the brilliance or made it better or worse. You cut two identical citrines and you took them around the shop, as well as videoed them side by side. Nobody could tell the difference if one was better than the other or not, top down. So,
because I had other cutters try to tell me that it affects the brilliance. You know, it'd be interesting to have somebody do CAD CAM and if they can show it with that. But there's just no way that that I can see that light coming in through the top of that stone could reflect off the girdle and actually produce brilliance. And like Michael says, the test we did, we couldn't see it, although that it's Yeah, I guess if you do it and can't see it, then that's enough. But is there any perceptible difference in a polished girdle compared to an unpolished girdle? I don't believe it, but if somebody could prove that it is, maybe I'd change my mind. But I doubt I would, because it will have so little difference, and it just causes problems, particularly anything included. If you have any inclusions, with a lot of stones have veils and stuff, and if they break the girdle, which when they're out at the girdle, you often will leave them in because they tend to not be visible, particularly if they're perpendicular to the table of the stone. They will almost be impossible to see. But when you go to polish on them, that's when you create problems, cause damage to the stone.
Okay, cool. Thank you. You want to show one of those stones on the hand
Sure.
for size before we forget?
Yeah, they're nice long stones. So plenty big for a ring. As you can see, as you rotate it, the brilliance goes all the way down the stone. One of the rare times that I cut match pairs. Not easy to do, particularly, these are an exact match pair. The millimeter size is remarkably close. The faceting is exactly the same on both stones. Up next is a stone that Linda cut. We've done many of these, and this is one of the best, because the color separation is really strong. That's a 26.80 carat Ametrine. Ametrine comes from Bolivia. Completely natural color. No treatments for this gem. Appraised price on this, $26.80. Our price online is $15.90. And with the 15 off, it's $1,352 or $50 a carat. Find a bicolor stone, $50 a carat. No, they're generally $500 a carat, $1,000 a carat. This is the least expensive bicolor gem you can get. And when you get this kind of separation in the stone, it's a remarkable gem. Really nice job done by Linda. And that's our goal, to get that almost equivalent separation of the yellow and the purple in a beautiful round Portuguese gem. 161 facets. So again, pretty labor intensive.
Yes, and quartz is a challenge to polish for sure.
Yeah.
And the difference between, polishing that, the Tourmaline, the Peridot, just a little bit longer, I feel.
Yeah, I always like cutting garnets and tourmalines, and even zircons. Even though they're harder, they still polish relatively easy. It just takes a little longer.
Yeah, beautiful stone, Linda. Nice job on the cutting.
All right, next gem up. Really a pretty chrome tourmaline. This is a little different than most chromes. I think it looks a little more emerald-like than other chromes I've cut. The picture online and the video online will be better representative of the color. Green's a little tough for this camera. Now, can you switch to P, or do you want to fool with that? Oh, okay. Okay. We have a different setting that shows the green better, but still not great. Green is just tough. Greens and reds are tough for our cameras. So nice size for a ring. It doesn't weigh a lot, but it has a good spread to it. There's no extra weight in the belly. So it's almost a 9x7 millimeter, which is a pretty good sized stone. And lively. I mean, it's totally brilliant. And again, just a beautiful color. Not most chromes I cut are deeper green than this. This is definitely more towards a emerald green, or what a really fine Savorite is. Price on this $23.50. Price online $1,250. And with the 15 off, it is $1,063 or $554 a carat. Chrome tourmaline comes from Tanzania. And they, again, natural, no treatment to this gem.
So, Gary wants to know, when's that Malaya going to get cut?
For next show.
Okay. There you go, Gary. Keep an eye out for next show. Yeah, we should have that cut.
Yeah, I kind of forgot I had it. I finally went through my rough today and see just what we had, because I wanted to show some of it on the show tonight. And that's really, really a great one.
Yeah, and everybody, if you want to be notified about these shows, I think our next show is probably going to be June 3rd, I'm assuming. It's usually on the first Wednesday of every month. But if you subscribe, you can definitely, you'll be notified of the show when the next shows are. And plus, when you subscribe, we do a lot of videos throughout the month on YouTube, a lot of educational ones, or a lot of our new stones. So you'll be notified of those as well. So definitely hit that subscribe, hit that bell.
Next up is one of Michael's pair of tourmaline crystals. Do we have a sale?
Yeah, you know what? I might as well talk about two of them.
Okay.
So we got Eileen picked up that blue light special.
The
nice.
tourmaline.
That amazing tourmaline.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful
You'll
stone.
love that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Eileen.
Max thought it kind of looked like papyrajah color. Would you say that?
It doesn't have the orange. Maybe if there's a little bit to it, really doesn't quite hit papyrajah. You need more orange. Pink orange to orange pink is the category of color. Could be there's a touch of maybe orange in it. I'm not sure. It's hard to ID. But I wouldn't call it papyrajah by any means.
Okay.
That's a tough color to pinpoint anyway.
And going into this, you can still talk about them, but M. Vale purchased this crystal pair from the Congo.
Okay.
So
very
let's
cool.
talk about them.
Yeah. Yeah, these are a really nice pair. I bought a parcel of just beautiful tourmaline crystals, and I was going to sell it as a whole parcel, but then I started pulling it apart, and there's a lot of just kind of matching little crystals that
you could make great earrings out of these.
Right.
Or
yeah,
cut
yeah.
a match pair, or they're nice size.
Yeah, no, really cool, pretty color.
I don't know what the length on them is, but they're
about.
They must be 15 millimeters.
Yeah,
huh?
yep. I think one was 15, the other was 16.
16.
Or it could have been 16 to 17, but cool crystals for sure. And their terminations, both really nice terminations, natural terminations on the crystals. So I think it's a great set. And if anybody else is interested in more, I've got.
And they're really inexpensive.
Yes, and I've got
You should ask more for these, Michael.
I think it's a good price.
Hey,
but Yeah, I've got a lot more too on mineralmike.com. If anybody missed out or you want to see, I've got some bicolors, a couple tricolors, but really cool pairs.
Yeah, it was a nice parcel you bought.
Yeah, thank you for the purchase. I hope you really like them.
All right, let me squeeze in a crystal here. So this is, on our last show, we had a large scapulite I cut, and this was the other big crystal that I bought. This one weighs 258 carats and really has nice intense color. You know, I'll probably end up slicing it and getting 2 stones out of it because it's excessively deep. You know, sometimes I have to think about that because, you know, it's going to affect the color a little bit when you slice it. It'll lighten it up a little bit, although the color on this one's really intense for scapulite. So I should cut a pretty extraordinary stone, whatever I do with it. Probably get a 70, 80 carat. You know, could be more like 70 and get another 20 carat stone off the bottom. We'll see. Unique material. That's from Tanzania. You know, like I say, the last show we had a pear shape. I don't know, how big was that one? 90 carat, 80 some carat, I think.
Yeah, that was a sweet stone.
Yeah, which did sell after the show. It didn't sell during the show, but sold after the show.
Yeah, beautiful material.
Yeah, it is cool. Yeah, it's the best scapulite I've seen in 40 years. All right, next gem up is Michael's big tourmaline he cut from a crystal, like it came from the set of crystals, like the ones that just sold. You know, this is a really pretty color, you know, and somebody should buy it just because Michael spent 5 hours on this, and he's going to make about $40 an hour.
That's all right. I wanted to cut one, you know. I thought it would be a cool accent stone for something, or but yeah, I wanted to give it a shot, and it was this crystal wasn't one of those long bars. It was more of it was an etched crystal, a little bit chunkier. So as a specimen, it just wouldn't have been as recognizable to most as a crystal. So I cut it, and I think it came out pretty good.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, it's a nice peach color. And yeah, it's a beautiful stone. Yeah. He'll learn what makes money and what doesn't eventually. But this, you know, for a hobbyist, this is a kind of stone that'd be fun to cut, and you know, it's rewarding because it really makes a beautiful stone when it's done. You know, for business, questionable. But you know, let's see, cut this or cut a $5,000 Tanzanite. Let me think. Good job, though, Michael.
Thanks. I think it was good practice for, you know, I haven't cut too much small, so
yeah, and cutting small is different.
Right. I mean, a lot lighter touch. Things get ground away a lot faster. So, you know, once I start cutting sapphires and things like that, at least I've got a little bit of experience. So that's the way I take it.
Yeah, good point.
It's a really cool color, though.
Yeah, it's pretty stone.
Oh.
You know, in tourmalines, it's one of my favorite. Well, it's my favorite color. Like the Malaya garnets, this is in that Malaya range. You know, and I've cut quite a few tourmalines this kind of color recently. Material from Congo. You know, they've produced a lot of this peach color, and they're all natural colors. You know, which is unusual because most tourmalines from other sources are heated because they start out too dark, and you lighten them up by heating. Nice facet meats, Mike. I'm jealous.
Thank you, Steven. I tried.
Did I finish on that? I guess I didn't. Price $480. Price online $350. And Michael's going to make a bundle with this one. It's $298.
Yeah. Oh, you want to show them the size too, because it is pretty small. So But I think it would make
Well,
if
it's
you
not
like
tiny.
no, but in comparison to what else we've got,
8 millimeters long, 8 by 6. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I guess it would
So
make
if
a
it was
nice
sapphire,
ring,
you'd be
pretty ring.
thrilled to have something this.
True.
And you got big hands, Steve. I mean, you got a small, petite hand. That'll look perfect.
You can
Put
see
like
the
a couple
kind,
diamonds on the side.
yeah, kind of brilliance. Yeah, yeah. You
Yep.
put diamonds around this or something, and you've got a significant piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too small for jewelry for sure.
Oh, and I did want to mention that if you guys are looking on the website, the 4 stones that I cut, I also did a video outside in the tweezers. If you could let us know, I know that was one of the things on the survey that people like to see. If you like that, let us know in the chat if that helps you out. We'll keep doing it. It is a little bit more work, but I don't mind if it's gonna help you in the future to figure out whether you want to purchase the stone or not.
Okay, it's the next one up. This is really a beautiful sapphire. Not only is it well cut, bright, clean stone for a sapphire, just beautiful, beautiful color. The color online is the accurate color. This would be a royal blue color. I'm sure if I sent this to GIA, they'd give me royal blue on it, which is their kind of top grading of color. 2.06 carat. Again, nice ring size.
See, I'm ready now to cut one of those. So give me some rough and
Okay. Yeah. Good luck finding rough this color. We do have a lot of sapphire rough, mostly Montana. You just rarely, I don't know if you ever get this kind of color out of Montana except out of Yogo. Not sure if I've ever seen anything this blue out of El Dorado Bar or Rock Creek. Not to my knowledge, but I suppose it's probably happened. No, but just really well cut. Our cutters in Sri Lanka do a really good job on the sapphires. This nice symmetry. There you can see the color zoning, which is typical in sapphire. I mean, it's almost always zoned. And the goal is to get that zoning in the culet, and then it'll spread throughout the stone. So this one appraises for $78.60. Our price online $49.50, and with the 15 off, it's $4,208 or just over $2,000 a carat. It's really a beautiful, beautiful sapphire. Make a great engagement ring. Sapphire is very, very wearable. It is tougher than diamond. Not as hard, of course, but it's second hardness to diamond, and it has toughness greater than diamond. We had a lady in today, and she was shocked that she'd broken one of her diamonds. It just had a fracture through it. It was a small stone, but, it only takes hitting it in the right place to split it, because it has perfect cleavage, and perfect cleavage just takes the correct hit, and they'll split. There's no cleavage in sapphire. That's what gives it much higher toughness than diamond. So it is one of the most wearable gems.
Just to talk about, with your cutting. Again, for all the people watching here, thanks for joining us tonight. All these stones can be purchased on MoreGems.com. Just click on the green banner. You're going to find a collection of all the stones. 15% off automatically in the cart. PayPal, credit card, even financing through a firm. And a lot of these stones are cut by master gem cutters Steve Moriarty and now Michael Moriarty. But I wanted to just bring this up. Steve Shadow Bites had mentioned this earlier, but he said he just bought his first faceting machine, and he cut his 4th gemstone thanks to your videos. So,
cool.
If you're looking to cut stones.
Yeah, send us pictures. I'm always interested in seeing what people cut. And
Yep.
Yeah.
So could you explain a little bit about maybe the cutting and the machine you use and everything?
The machine that we use is this machine back here, the Ultratech V5. The Ultratech V5 is currently the best machine that you could purchase on the market. And the reason I say that, there are, I've had 1 or 2 other machines that I really loved and loved cutting with them, and they were great. But unfortunately, the manufacturers of the machines go out of business, and you can no longer get parts. You can't get them repaired. Unless you're a machinist, you're out of luck. Whereas with the Ultratech V5, they've been in business for pushing on 60 years, and they don't rely on faceting machines to be their sole income. They produce other high-tech equipment, I think, for medical industries and quite a few industries. So they're in it for the long run. They'll be there when you need them. So it is really a quality machine. As you can see what we cut, it cuts great stones. And if you look at most of the, or won't say most, many of the finest cutters in the business, they use the Ultratech V5. So it's just a great machine, and the company is great. They're there to back you when you need help. The machine, I think this one maybe 5,500. Which may sound like a lot, but if you want to get in the business, that's about the cheapest business you could get into, and you don't need much more. Another $1,000 investment, and you have everything you need to be a faceter, and a little time, but and we've got the videos out there to help you learn too. So the Ultratech V5, they make a VL, which is a little less expensive, about $1,000 less. Either of the machines that will produce a great gem.
And just jumping in here. Let's see. With Sapphire, Gary says he needs a Sapphire like that, but 4 or 5 carats. I don't know if we have anything like that, but
you just missed it. Yeah, I had it not even 6 months ago. I don't know when I sold it. I had a 6 carat I had for probably 3 years. Maybe not. Yeah, about 3 years. Great stone. But I will have more. I do like big stones, and I'll get more, but we have to get out and travel. We got to get over these tariffs, and which the tariffs will be ending, I think, next month, unless they find another way to sneak tariffs in on us again. But tariffs are what restricted us from traveling last year. Paying 30% extra over what you've ever paid before is just not possible. So hopefully we'll be off to Thailand, which Sapphire, I bought many sapphires in Thailand. It's there in Sri Lanka. I don't know, we can make both in one trip, probably not. But
not too far.
Yeah, well, it's probably a 5-hour flight.
We did Hong Kong to Bangkok. That was 7 or 8 hours. So.
Yeah. Was it that long? I don't think it was that long.
You don't think so? I think it is.
3 or 4 hours? I don't know.
It was up there.
I don't know. We had a sale. Anyway.
I think it was 5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 5.
So we had a sale?
Yes. Corey purchased the Sapphire. So,
cool.
Excited to see what you want to do.
You're going to love the color. It's just really remarkable color. Yeah.
Very
great
cool.
Purchase.
Yeah. Thank you,
great
Corey.
Sapphire. Couple other questions. So, Joseph Ideen, I'm probably butchering your name. Jeff can't cut. No, I'm not here all the time. That's my excuse. I live like 2 hours away, so
Jeff doesn't
I've
have
thought
the-
about it.
He doesn't have the mentality to sit and cut. I don't think.
The patience would be tough for me. I
Yeah.
think yes.
Yeah, I don't think it's in his
I would rather
genes.
like do.
He's got my wife's genes. Michael's got my genes.
I would. Yes, it would be tough. I would like to do something where like you and Mike are cutting and we videotape it. Like, if anybody's seen the Between the Two Ferns, I think is with Zach Gala. What's the guy's last name? Michael, come on, you know his name.
Galifianakis?
Yes. But Between Two Gem Cutters. You guys just sit there and like chat and we videotape it. But
We could have a contest. How could we have a contest?
A contest,
I
huh?
what are you gonna try to do?
No, what the heck? I'd let you win. You gotta let Steve win.
Okay. Yes, but he asked also why almost all of Ultratech's cutters don't preform their stones. I saw in some videos, like your Amethyst Portuguese cut. He says English isn't the best.
Yeah. In general, I do preform a lot of stuff. How far you preform, I guess, becomes the question. I don't preform everything. In big amethyst, you don't spend the time to preform often. I don't know. Did you preform yours?
Not much. I just got the girdle, but not quite like some of the Sri Lankan cutters I see. They're basically, the preform is going to look exactly like what the gem's going to look like. I don't think I've gone that far. Just, I don't know, just not something I've
and
done.
it is a little different when you're not using a high quality machine and you're doing jam peg or, as they used to cut overseas all the time, and many, many still do. Having a close preform probably makes it much easier for them, but I just, I do preform a lot of stones a little bit. I get them to the basic shape I know how to dop it, that I can get it dopped in the center. And then I just start cutting, and I think it's to do with the machinery, the jam peg or simplified machines compared to these high quality machines are less requiring of preforming. But these days I do preform more than I used to. Just easier to locate the inclusions that you need to cut out once you preform something. Okay.
Back to it. Thanks for the questions. Keep them coming, everybody.
All right, next stone up is a garnet I've had for a while. I've been going to recut the crown on these, but I decided I bought many of these, and this is the last one I have, but I was going to give it a full faceted look, but it looks cool with the buff top, and so I decided just to sell it as a buff top, particularly since I bought this, the price of garnets just went nuts. So the value of this stone went up significantly. So it has a beauty of its own as a buff top. So why not sell it as a buff top? I can always facet it if necessary, but just a pretty stone with a faceted back and a cabochon crown.
And before you go really into it, though, we want to show it. Gary did purchase the stone, so beautiful stone.
Very
but yeah,
cool.
you can continue.
Thanks,
I'm
Gary.
sure he'd love to hear about it. So.
Yeah. I've owned this stone for, I'll bet, 15 years. And it sat there waiting for me to refacet the top. And, you just don't know that you're going to get a better stone out of it once you do it. And I just finally decided, hey, it's pretty as it is. Why don't we just sell it? So it worked out.
You want to show it in the Tweezers? And
Sure. And at the time when I bought this, there were no garnets this color. This did not exist in the world except this particular material that was this pink. We've seen material out of Mahenge now that has this type of color. But when I bought these, I had never, ever seen anything this color in a garnet. Not exactly sure where it came from in Tanzania. I just know it's Tanzania. Yeah, this is very much like the material that came out of Mahenge. Maybe it came from Mahenge long ago. But Mahenge is pretty new source. And Mahenge, now Mahenge is like this, 600-700 a carat.
Hey, Wes and Kim just joined us. Thanks for
Hey, how you
stopping
doing?
by.
All right, up next.
I knew it. By the way, Steve kind of just stopped a little bit. I knew
It's
this.
the
I knew
next
this stone
You
was
knew it
coming.
was coming.
All right, so this is a hidden gem, everybody. So I'm going to load this one up right now. Give me about 10 seconds and go to MoreGems.com. If you're on that page right now with all the stones, hit refresh. That'll show up in the top row. You're going to use coupon code RARE25 in checkout, and you'll get 25% off. It should be live now.
So this is a tourmaline that came from Nigeria. Weighs 20.41 carats. And it was in a previous show at 15 off, and I decided to give it a little incentive because it is a beautiful stone, really a nice shape. Make a great pendant. Good size for a pendant. Good brilliance to the stone. And really a lovely green color. Appraised price on this, $26,430. Our price online, $76.50, and with the 25 off, it is $58.38 or $286 a carat.
So getting green tourmaline this size without being overly dark, is that something that's difficult, available, or I mean, this is a pretty big stone.
Yeah, this is on the high end of things that we typically cut in green tourmalines. I haven't had much bigger. I haven't cut any 50 caraters ever in big green tourmalines, particularly that have a light enough color that they're bright. Finding dark, big green tourmalines is possible, but getting something that has life to it and, like I say, not overly dark and the tips are still bright green, that's unusual. But yes, it's a big gem. And Nigeria has only recently been producing these kind of colors. This is probably 5-6 years ago they started producing. Really nice, pleasing green color. Okay, next up, a remarkably beautiful opal. I mean, it just has a unique pattern to it. The intensity of the colors are pretty amazing. Got one little needle. I'm not sure what that needle is. Sometimes they're organic material, but I'm not sure what that is. And you can see kind of the patchwork. It's known as honeycomb pattern. But if you look at it, those honeycombs are where the color shows up in that same pattern.
Mr. Z Cuts is here from Sri Lanka watching. He says he didn't want to miss your live show there, Steve.
Oh, cool.
So, thanks for joining us.
Welcome. Yeah, I don't know what time it is here, but maybe it's morning. So this is a 36.69 karat opal. I didn't get a black background. No, not a good black background. Had it on my desk. Well, it was too bright. Okay. Not that it makes much difference. Doesn't really need it. Generally white opals show up better on, well, they always show up better on black. You look at a black background, always helps. But this one doesn't need it. I mean, it's big enough, has intense enough colors that they're really in the look. But just the amount of color that this opal has. And the Ethiopian are kind of unique because typically the backs are sometimes as good or even better than the fronts. They're just solid color throughout. So this one, appraised price of $5,550. $39.90 is our price online. And with the 15 off, it's $33.92 or $92 a carat. Pretty much every color of the rainbow. It's one of the few places that I really see indigo. So you get the full red, orange, yellow, blue, violet, and indigo in a gem like this. Really nice size for a pendant.
So while you're showing that opal, Steve, somebody here on vertical YouTube, they're wondering. Well, for one, they're a cutter, and you've been a big inspiration to them. They've said, and they appreciate all the information you share. They're wondering where would they learn about the importing laws and how to deal with the paperwork when importing. Is there anywhere that you've gotten this information, or just from the experience, or?
Well, the U.S. is remarkably easy to import. It's the export that's more the difficulties. So every country is different, and I'd have a hard time helping you with that. But importing into the U.S. is a remarkably easy thing. There's so little involved with importing. And particularly, I mean, if you're shipping stuff, shipping with FedEx is remarkably easy. And they pretty much handle all the paperwork and everything you need. But if you're going and bringing back goods, then it's a little more difficult. And like I say, it's the difficulty of exiting the country with the goods rather than importing into the U.S. You'll find importing, you just need a broker to bring stuff into the U.S. and they do all the paperwork. So as long as you have all the invoices and stuff, you have no problem importing. Exporting, that can be a can be a tough job for certain countries, and laws constantly changing. When I was going to Madagascar, you'd be there, it'd be legal to export, and then they decide to change it while you're there. You know, it just was a crazy, crazy country to deal in. So, all right, opal. We've got several other opals, and some of them that aren't going to quite make the show. They're on the show, but we won't be showing them. But I've got some really remarkable opals, including some semi-blacks and blacks that are coming up. All right, here's kind of a twin to a stone that was on our last show. Very similar cutting, similar size. The big difference is this one is sapphire blue. The stone looks like the finest sapphire. Doesn't necessarily look like it in this picture, but it is just a beautiful blue, has just a hint of violet, which you often see in remarkable sapphires, also a little secondary tone of violet. But this has so much blue. I've rated it, I think, 90% blue, 10% violet. Just a remarkable stone. It is deep color. If you don't like deep saturated stones, this one may be a little dark for you. But when you compare to sapphires, this is the same intensity of the finest sapphires that exist on the planet, which they are definitely on the deeper color side. But this just looks like a sapphire. Really, really a super color in this gem. Weighs 11.80 carats. Appraised price $14,985. Our price online $82.60. And with the 15 off, it's $7,021 or $595 a carat. Just the color is to die for sure.
So if this were a sapphire, somebody in the chat wants to know,
How
what's
much
the
would it
price?
be?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. If it were a sapphire. Random blue sapphires. This would be enhanced because I did heat it. I'd hope for this one to be a natural, but it is enhanced. So as an enhanced stone, a sapphire would be wholesale, $9,000 to $11,000 a carat. That'd be $100,000. If you had to buy it at retail, they'd take 20, 30 grand on it probably. So it's a $130,000, $140,000 gem. And you'd have a hard time finding a sapphire that's as beautiful as this stone. They do exist. And I would guess they go for a premium over that price also. Particularly if you got cutting like this. So I would guess it's a $200,000 stone is where a sapphire like this would be. Did I show it appropriately? I don't know. Did I? Probably not. Knowing me. Yeah, I did show it on. Like red flash. Oh my. It's so blue. It's just so blue. I don't know if it is red flash. Right. Typically, all blue stones will rarely show red flash. It may have some, but I don't think it's a characteristic that is strong in this stone. It's just sapphire blue. It is amazing blue. Okay, next gem up. Oops. That one is a Tanzanite crystal. This one almost looks cuttable, Michael.
Yes, this one does have some gem material in it. Whether you'd want to cut it up, I don't know. It's a cool crystal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little beat on the backside, but the gemminess of it, and yeah, I mean, you could probably cut it, is why I liked it.
I suppose there's a 3 or 4 carat gem in here.
Yeah, I don't know. Good color though. Cool shape. Real blocky.
Yeah, I'm thinking bigger than that. Mike will be cutting this one next week if you don't buy
Oh
it.
boy. Yeah, I've been, man,
Nice
I
color. Look at that.
I cut up a Peridot crystal for the show here,
Yeah.
but it was worth it.
I think potential is 5 carat. Look at that color. Blue down that axis.
Yeah, I like that little crystal that's like growing out of the front of it. That's kind of cool on this piece here. I don't know what that is, but just an interesting growth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Little terminations there, huh? Yeah. That is kind of cool. So anyway, weighs 31.37 carats. This gem has been heated. Our price online $27.99. Don't have a price on. So it's with 15 off, it's $23.79. So as we said, these are available on Mineral Mike. This one's available on More Gems, but Mineral Mike, he has many crystals, many Tanzanites, and some really nice ones. Probably bought the best ones this year that you've ever bought, I think.
Yeah, I've bought some really just amazing, unique colors, great crystal structure, interesting pieces. This one, kind of just more of a blocky. What I liked about it was how gemmy it was, this one, but I've got some really interesting crystals. I probably got over 200 Tanzanite crystals online. So if you're into Tanzanite, check them out. There's some really neat ones.
More Gems. MineralMike.com. All right, here's another one of Michael's gems. He sacrificed one of his own crystals.
I did. Turning to the dark side.
Yep, I'm changing him.
Yeah, and the wheels are turning in my head now when I'm looking at a crystal, but sometimes it's just, they're too good to cut, so.
And sometimes they're too profitable not to cut, which was the case with this. It was a reasonable crystal, but it had such a really nice gem in it that it only made sense to cut it. And this cut is really beautiful cut, done well with hexagons, and this is a Barian style hexagon, so it's a brilliant pavilion. And kind of, I don't know if we'd call that Portuguese styling, but a little bit of a unique style of crown. It produces just really nice brilliance. It pretty much is Portuguese style for a hexagon cut, somewhat. So it weighs 7.52 carat, comes from Pakistan, totally natural color. Price $3,910, $2,170 is our price online. And with the 15 off, it is $1,845 or $245 a carat. Just a beautiful blue-green color opposed to yellow-green, which I tend not to like. Just pretty color. Look at that brilliance. Peridot from Pakistan, cut by Michael. Next up.
We've convinced the chat that Peridot can be pretty. That's what a lot of people say when they see the Pakistani Peridot cut. It's what we hear a lot because it does produce a beautiful blue-green color that's not just that yellowy, kind of muddy green that many people are used to. But
because my first 25 years in the business, people just said, "Oh, I hate my birthstone," and we knew what they were talking about because it was August, and they hated it because most of it was coming from Arizona. Definitely a yellow secondary color to it. And then when Pakistan came out, it just ruined the market for anything out of Arizona. Oh, just so much more beautiful. You know, they have this minty green color, and there's more of a traditional color, but still lacking the yellow secondary, just a deeper color than these, which you'll see on our website. We have many, many Peridots, and both me and Michael love Peridot. He's got a lot of Peridot crystals, probably what you have second to
the Tanzanite.
Yeah, you have so many Peridot crystals.
I love the green color cool. And the shape. They're like really chunky.
Yeah. There's so much to be said for them.
Some of them got really neat Ludwigite needles in them. I don't know. I think they're so cool. I haven't sold a ton of them, but I don't understand why. They're just really neat, But
we both love Peridot.
Yeah,
not our best seller, but we love it, and they're just big gems that are available, and we have a really, really good source, so we're inexpensive on the material, and just have some of the finest Peridots that exist for sure.
I feel like it's one of those sleeper stones, like. One day, people are going to wake up to how beautiful it is. It's just, I can't believe it hasn't been yet. But hey, I'm going to keep buying it. Yeah,
Yeah, me too. Okay, next up, another opal, and this is just look at the colors in that. That's just spectacular. And this really is. I don't know if I listed it as such, but it's a semi-black, meaning the body color is darker, which is what a semi-black is, and one of my criteria for semi-black is when you put them on black, they don't show as well as they show on white, whereas a white opal typically shows better on white or on black, these show better on white is the first thing that I look at to decide whether it's a possibility that I'd call it a semi-black or a black. You know, it's kind of a vague term, but I think in Australia they would agree that this would hit the semi-black color. And look at the colors. That's amazing. You know, the intensity of the color and the broad flash that's in this gem. Just pretty remarkable stone.
Yeah, look at there's violets, blues. Yeah, that's a winner.
It's one of those gems that when you wear it, whoops, I'll find it maybe. When you wear it.
Oh man, I don't know if anybody was here for the last show, but Steve had dropped a Peridot, and we didn't find it for it was I don't know 3-4 days, and I tracked his steps back. It was like in the threshold of the safe and the store. I found it, and whenever these stones jumps, they want to find the hardest place for you to find them, whether it's in Steve's shoe or in a crack somewhere. It's crazy.
But look at that. That's just killer. This is a stone. If it were Australian, it'd be $10,000. I mean, it's just the colors are just incredible. And front and back. I mean, look at the variety of color in there. Again, the full rainbow. You can't find a color of the rainbow that's not in this gem. They don't get much better than this. It's an 8.73 carat, appraised price $1,730. Our price online $1,050. And with the 15 off, it's $893 or $100 a carat for just one of the finest opals on the planet. Pretty unique color for Ethiopian opal, having that really, really broad flashes of color.
Steve could be here all night. I think we better move on here.
Yeah. You kind of get mesmerized by this. And I'm pretty amazed that somebody doesn't buy this. This would be the stone later that I go, how could you pass up those colors? Anyway, I'm hooked on opal, though.
You got your wish, Steve.
Steve knew. If he waits long enough.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just going to talk about this.
It doesn't make sense that somebody wouldn't buy that. I mean, the colors in that are like, how many of those have I ever had that look like that? I can't remember another Ethiopian opal that had that kind of color pattern, so much color to it. It's just a really special piece. So,
yes.
Thanks,
so
whoever
Linda J picked that one up. So,
thank you, Linda.
Yes.
You're going
Made
to
him a
love it.
happy
Cool.
man.
Thank you, Linda.
Yeah.
Amazing colors on that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
just amazing. So. All right, up next. Okay, here's another one of those natural tanzanites.
This is probably the most natural tanzanites we've had in a long time on a show.
I love this thing. I don't know if it's because I'm like a fan of like the
This is
spinels
your
in that
color. This is your color, Jeff.
Yeah.
How much is this thing? Yeah. $4,800. It's probably too big for a men's ring, I'm imagining.
Not really.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's-
this is
that's
definitely
cool.
your color, for sure.
Yeah, that's a cool cut. You put that in like white gold, man, that would be clean. Yeah.
And
This
it's,
is gonna be
and
my
it's
pick
so
for-
bright and
If it doesn't sell,
yeah.
somebody.
Well, you'd beat the shit out of it, Jeff.
Oh, yeah, I probably would.
Yeah.
It would be like one of those things, like if I go to like a gala or something,
Yeah.
wear
Yeah.
that.
If you,
That's a cool
If you
piece.
take care of it and
A
Yeah.
gala.
set it right. A gala.
How many of those you go to?
I'm supposed to go to one, I think.
Oh,
I don't know.
all right. Well, perfect
Is it
stone.
gala or a gala?
I have no idea.
Gala sounds right.
Gala?
Wouldn't be gala.
I don't know. What
Gala?
it is.
I don't know. It's probably both.
Chat,
I'll say it's
tell
both.
us.
Cool stone, though.
Give us
That's
some-
a really cool
Yeah,
stone.
yeah, it's a cool color. Yeah, it's one of those that I was thinking heat it until I thought of the spinels. That the spinels that aren't my favorite stones, but this is got a step up on the spinels, just the variety of color in it, and just has some nice secondaries. So yeah, definitely worthy as a natural. And if it doesn't sell as a natural, we'll have a really fine blue-purple one. I don't know what the color on this will come out to be, but it'll be really, really a top quality stone. And look at the brilliance. Nice Portuguese cut. I think doesn't have a full Portuguese pavilion. I think it's a 3-step pavilion and probably a 4-step crown. So a little bit less faceting than on your typical Portuguese, but really a bright stone. Weighs 8.39 carats.
This is the color that I think of when they say diesel. Would you say, with the kind of oil slick look to it? Or
I usually think a little more red
more reds. Okay,
as far as diesel.
gotcha.
But yeah, I don't know what to call this color. It is cool. It just has nice variety of colors in it, and just bright and a pleasing stone. Weighs 8.39 carat, appraised value $89.70. Our price online is $48.25. And with the 15 off, it's $41.01. Really, $489 a carat. That's a bargain. Nice gem.
Yeah, I think you could pull that off, Jeffrey.
I don't know if I can pull that off.
Come on, the gala wants to see it.
Gala. Yep, gala.
Yeah. Nice brilliance. You look at it from that distance on it, like on a pendant. Really nice life. And as always, if you get tired of it as a natural, we'd be glad to heat it for you. Okay, next gem up is one of the Bahia, Brazil amethysts. Really a beautiful gem. Another Barian. Maybe. Pretty much a Barian stuff. Use some of my own variations of Barians, but so this one weighs 19.96 carats. Natural stone, untreated. Appraised value of $23.80.
You trying to get that little dot off of there?
Yeah,
It's not an inclusion, huh?
it's on the surface. Blue eyes. Well, if it's not on the surface, I'll get it off. But I think it's something on the surface. But just a nice, pleasing gem. Beautiful color. Good brilliance. Deep, rich amethyst color.
So, Steve, you were talking about spinel earlier, and the chat was wondering why you don't like them. But I think that you were more talking about the gray spinels.
Gray spinel is the only. I love spinels. Spinels are beautiful gems. Become quite valuable. Mainly the Mahenge material went up so high in value that it dragged all the spinels up in value. Mahenge produced beautiful pinks, and they went from 500 a carat to 5,000 a carat in such a quick amount of time. But the gray spinels I never liked, but everybody else likes them, so I finally decided to get over that.
Yeah, I think
Jeff loves them.
Well,
So many people like the color. It's just the color that back in my time was not a popular color, but things change, and I finally figured that out.
I think I understand like where you're. I mean, you love the bright, gray isn't really a bright color, but the garnet I have, the Spessartite garnet, totally opposite of what gray spinel is, which I love. But I love that ring. I didn't wear it tonight. Oh, Michael's got his on. Nice.
Yeah.
That ring is awesome, and the stone is awesome. So I like both. I think with the gray spinel, I like the clean look of it in white gold. But then I love this in yellow gold as well. So,
that was my only objection to spinel. All the other colors I loved, and I like gray spinels, and I buy them now because I know they sell, and I don't know everything in this business. Have my flaws.
No flaws. You know everything. Come on.
Yeah, well, knowing everything is sometimes not the best thing.
Yeah,
You
it's tough to know everything.
Please whatever pleases people, and that changes over time, and particularly in this business, one color pleases one and doesn't please another. We all have our favorites, and just got to realize that 30% of the market loves gray spinels.
Yeah, well, I think you said it one way that it's like how you pick out your clothes. You may have one style and somebody else has got a totally different style. So, just everybody to each their own.
Yep.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Isn't that the saying?
That's what they say. All right, this amethyst was $23.80 was the appraised price, $11.90 the price online. With the 15 off, it's $1,012 or $51 a carat. All right, and the next one up is an amylite.
This one I think is so cool. It's got it's like a fade,
Through the full rainbow.
Right. Just perfect. It's just would make an awesome pendant.
And it has to be their top-rated material. There's no cracks in it, which is unusual in this material. These are shells that were placed under great pressure. And then the surface changed to an opal or a pearl-like material. and then to get these colors, the intensity of these colors vies with the finest of opals. I think Amethyst has a more intense color than even the best of opals. Just a really unique piece. Weighs 13.6 carats. And price on this $380. $280 is our price online. And with the 15 off, it's $238 or $21 a carat. But that is a unique stone. We had a sale?
Yes. First, I thought it was going to be a person I work with. A person who loves the rainbow spectrum. But
So it is this rock?
what's that?
This one sold?
This one did, though.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So Edward picked up this one. He must like Amethyst because he also picked up, I'm not sure if we're going to be talking about it tonight or not, but it's the pear-shaped cabochon cut 1305 carat Amethyst as well, which is further down in the show, but I know we don't talk about all the stones. But he picked up both of these.
Oh, the red
Amethysts.
one. The all red one.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That one's a
Which
cool
you
one,
don't
too.
see. That's about as rare as this color.
Yeah.
Reds are tough to get in this material. And an all red one is pretty unusual. Amethyst.
Yeah.
So
Thank you,
these are
Edward.
70 million year old fossils. They're found in Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada, which we were up there 3 years ago. It was 23.
23 or
Yeah.
22?
No, we went there.
2026?
Just after COVID, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because, yes,
23? That was a good time.
it was a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, we went sapphire mining and then went up to the Amethyst, which was about 3 hours,
Wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
3 or 4.
Or,
Oh,
yeah. You were sleeping in the back, Steve. Me and Jeffrey were.
Yeah, like most of the trip.
Come on.
I think I drove that stretch, man. There was like some hilly roads. We were in that RV. I had like the pedal to the metal, and that thing like did not want to go up there.
Yeah, it was good times.
Yeah.
Steve missed it though. 'Cause he was
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We were laughing about something in the front, Jeffrey. It was freaking hilarious.
I think, yes, that was a good trip.
Yeah.
While we're in talking about sales, this is a really cool one. Really cool stone that sold. You guys want to take a guess?
We've seen it already.
Yep.
I'm thinking
How
it's
could I
the
guess?
the Tanzanite, the long bar, unheated.
Okay.
That'd be my guess.
Steve?
Oh, I'll
really cool
say
They're all pretty cool.
one.
They're all really cool.
Mm.
You're not going to guess it.
Michael's Peridot.
I love Michael's Peridot as well, but
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody bought this because I don't think you said you were going to heat it, which is good.
Oh, the round Tanzanite.
No, it's not round. It's exquisite, though. It's a trillion cut 23.06 carat.
Oh,
no
wow.
shit.
Yeah. So Phil picked that one up.
Nice. Yeah,
Good
that's
job,
a great
Phil.
stone, Phil.
Yeah, that's a-
very cool.
That's
Yeah.
just like got constant red. That's just really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't pick out many for my own collection. I literally had put it back. I had this stone, I don't know when I cut it, but it's been around for maybe a month and a half. I think it bypassed the last show, and I just said I'm going to keep it, and I just, I know it was when I thought I was coming up short on stones for this show, and I thought, we'll just throw it in. There'll be another one. But will there ever be another one? Not quite like that one. But that's the story. I'm sticking to it. Cool. What's next? Next one up's another Garnet. This is an octagon. I've been into octagons and hexagons lately. Therefore, I talked Michael into cutting, instead of a round, cutting his peridot into a hexagon. which I think it's a nice different shape that produces a similar brilliance to what you get out of a round. This one really has outstanding brilliance. And just a brilliant style cut. Not really a Barian, a little different. My own variation of a Barian style.
That would make a pretty sweet ring and pretty low profile for the size too.
Yeah.
That would be, so if you like low settings but a big look, this would be a gem for it. And even, with the limited amount of depth, it's still got great brilliance.
Well, it's cut the ideal angles, as we always do. You won't find, rarely will you find anything we've cut have a window in it. And a window is when the center of the stone just doesn't have brilliance. You can, the worst of stones with heavy windows, you can read right through them. This one you've got to tilt quite a ways before it loses its brilliance. And that's the advantage of garnets. Garnets have a high refractive index, so they bend light a lot, so you get more brilliance. It's just really a pretty gem.
Man, that color though, it's just
it's
so rich. These garnets,
often called umbellite. Umbellite is just a lighter rhodolite, producing a brilliance. It's a little different color, but basically the same as rhodolite, but lesser intensity of color or less saturation of what typical rhodolite has. Here's a rhodolite garnet piece of rough. You look at it with a light through it, it gets that bright light look. But this one's going to cut more of a rhodolite color, a deeper color. It'll cut a really fine stone, and a big stone. Going to cut a big rhodolite, really a top quality rhodolite. Could be a round or a X like this. It won't cut as light as this gem, but it'll cut a beautiful rhodolite. And probably 10, 12 carats. Yeah, probably 12, 15 carat maybe. Really nice, lively gem. Appraised value $5,050. Our price online $26.90, and with the 15% off, it is $22.87 or $275 a carat. Garnet from Tanzania, commonly called umbellites. So many different names for garnets. Every time there's a different color, somebody comes up with a different name. Marilani Mint Garnet was named by a friend of mine, just because of its source, of course. Here's a future cutter. I don't know when I'll get to this. I cut, what was the one we just sold from last show? Was it 300 carat? Wasn't that big one?
I don't think it was that big. I don't remember.
It sold?
Yeah, it finally sold.
It was a topaz?
I'm pretty sure it sold. Yeah, it was a big trilliant. That was a monumental task. This will be I don't know when I'll get to this because this weighs 1,000 carats. Gonna cut 400 carat plus. Big square cushion probably. But, it's a 3-4 day stone, because very difficult to polish this material. It's very hard. So it's a workout, and the last ones I polished kind of injured my shoulder, and finally it's getting better because the amount of pressure and the amount of time you're moving your arm back and forth just wore mine out.
Yeah, you're right. It was a 202 carat.
202,
Yep.
That's all? Oh.
It was
Yeah,
beautiful
and
stone.
it was a chore.
Yeah.
That was a chore.
And that's
so.
a twin of it, or?
No, it's a real similar color.
Okay.
But it's 1,000 carat, and it's a 400 carat it'll be a tough stone to cut. We'll see if I ever get to it. One day. All right, up next. Rarity out of Ethiopia is a true black opal. This has intense color. Good bright colors within. And these are exceedingly rare, even out of Ethiopia. All black opals like this are pretty rare stones, but for Ethiopia, they produce so little of it. There are many, many of them out there online, but they're what's called smoke treated. They started as a white opal, and they smoke treat them and turns them black. They look much like this, but the color's unstable, will not last. It fades on its own, and if you get chemicals on it, it'll just go away. But this is a natural black opal from Ethiopia. And for black opal, remarkably inexpensive. Because black Australian opals can go for many thousands of dollars per carat.
Hey, just to hop in here, Conrad over on Facebook said he had bought a Ultratech V5 from watching your unboxing video.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, very cool. Once you get cutting on it, Steve said before, send us what you cut. We'd love to see it.
I'd love to see it. Yeah, I'd like to keep a record of people I've inspired to cut and what they've cut. Yeah. I still have my first stone that I cut.
I still have to bring in my car. I don't know. You gave me a stone when I was like 10. It's in my glove box. I got to.
What?
You really respect it a lot, too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
After the show, I'll go.
Who
grab
opens
it. I
their
think
glove box?
I know we talked about like Dad's into all these hexagon cuts and everything. I think it is like a hexagon citrine.
Huh.
I was hoping it would be like a special Garnet or something, but I think it's just a citrine. So.
Yeah.
Not that citrines only, but
yeah, citrines can be a beautiful stone,
Yeah.
and I've cut citrines that look like spessartite garnets, and that rough has been tough to get these days. I don't see much of the really fine citrine rough, the deep orange, golden orange colors that we used to see 10 years ago. Just thought they'd be available, but it's just not available, and because it's a gem that I can sell. If I could get the material. So anyway, this black opal, $670. We have no appraised price because I don't know how to appraise this. And with the 15% off,
doesn't matter.
doesn't matter. It's sold.
Don't try to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yes, Linda J picked up this rare black opal.
Very cool. Thanks,
Yes.
Linda. Yeah, that's a great piece.
She
Cool.
also picked up, I'm not sure if we're going to be talking about it, but the pair of blue Zircon ovals.
Yeah,
Further down the show.
It kind of got bumped out of the show. I had too many stones, and
Yeah.
we showed so many blue zircons last month that I bumped them out of the show, but they're beautiful color. They're just, for their size, I've had so many great blue zircons, but our source just produces remarkably deep colors. And even in those 2, 3, 4 carat stones, the depth of color is just extraordinary. And that pair is one of the best for sure.
I was recently watching a video about somebody talking about Tiffany's. They've been using a lot of blue zircons, and
Really?
I think they had, it was on, I don't know where or who it was wearing, but it was a really nice, like suite of blue zircons that,
Yeah. Didn't we pass up a suite of, what was a suite we passed?
moonstones.
Oh, those were moonstones.
Yeah, those
that's
are
right.
pretty nice. Yeah,
Yeah, we shouldn't have passed those up, probably.
but we've seen some really nice zircon suites, multicolored ones. Even
yeah.
you know.
Raja had
yes,
great,
yeah.
incredible.
So,
All different colors. It's amazing the color range of zircons.
right. Yeah, and we didn't end up getting Jeffrey his green green color changing zircon.
Yeah.
That was an amazing stone that you guys just left there. I know.
We knew you'd be so upset too. Sorry, Jeffrey.
I was like, hey, give me that stone when you guys can. And I flew back, and they're like, they didn't even bring it up. They just hoped I forget about it.
We really bought it and I sold it on the slide.
I remembered, but
It just wasn't the stone.
I know.
It wasn't the stone you thought it was.
Right.
Yeah.
There'll be another
you
one,
thought it was,
maybe.
You thought it was a different stone, right?
You thought it was spinel, Steve. When we first looked at it,
Yeah.
you were thinking it was a spinel,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was a zircon. It was cool, but yeah, I think there was issues with it, Jeffrey. That's why. Otherwise, we would have.
The price was high.
Yeah.
Right.
It was a lot of money for.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Could have been a mistake, but
I'll find something
it's-
next time.
Yeah.
It'll keep you hunting.
I think I saw one online somewhere. Another color change spinel. Somebody I knew had.
Hopefully not on Etsy. No.
All right, another zircon up. I think yes. A lighter color, but still beautiful color. This is a color that Aqua wishes it could be typically. And blue zircon has such incredible brilliance that makes for a great stone even in lighter colors. And there was a time this was the color that was available. You didn't get those deep, intense colors. So still very, very pleasing color. Nice medium blue, 6.18 carats. Appraised price on this, $1,850. $990 is our price online. And with the 15 off, it's $842 or $136 a carat. Just a very pleasant color. Yeah, blue zircon, you do get intense colors in it, but you compare this with our aquas. This is like some of the finest aquas we have are this color.
It won't quite get that brilliance though out of an aqua, huh?
No, you won't get the brilliance. It's a nice ring size. 10 by 8 millimeter. This comes from Cambodia. They are heat treated, as all the blue zircons are heat treated, no matter what the source. They start out brown, much like the diesel color Tanzanite. Before we heat it, is more brownish. Blue zircon from Cambodia. Kind of an unusual color Tanzanite. I guess this this be Mermaid? I don't know.
Yeah, that used to be really. I remember everybody was looking for a mermaid. I don't know who coined that one, but I would imagine this would be. Looks kind
Yeah,
of like a
I
mermaid's
think
tail,
so.
right? Is that where it comes from? Probably.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm trying to think about Little Mermaid. What color was her tail? Probably these colors.
Yeah,
Green?
maybe.
I don't know.
It should be mermaid, though, I would imagine.
Does it look like? I feel like a mermaid's tail would look like a fish.
But the colors. I'm not saying it has to look like a. There's a lot of fish that look like that, too.
Yeah. They also peacock was another.
Peak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know.
that could be
Oh.
it.
So this is a 3.16 carat. It's natural color. Appraised price, we have no appraised price, just it's unusual material and there's no appraised price for this.
Did this come from the lot of greens that we bought? Or is this from
think
somewhere
it's
else?
Separate.
It's different. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was a different parcel. I think there was 3 stones in it, and there's still one that's more blue-green, depending on the axis you cut it on.
I remember the parcel now.
Yeah, there was
Yes.
3 stones in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember.
One of the stones already been on a show, or I still own it, maybe. That odd-shaped green, maybe? No. So $1,490 is our price online on this. And with the 15 off, it's $1,267 or $401 a carat. Kind of a unique gem.
I think it'd make a cool ring. You want to show the size of it?
Yeah. Yeah, different little piece. Definitely a rarer color for Tanzanite. And if you heat these, you kind of get a light blue, is what I've typically got out of some things of similar color. Kind of a unique steely blue light color.
You know, I've heard, though, that, you know, if this wasn't from that same find, that not all the greens will heat. Like greens found in the past many years ago, there was, I think she was another cutter or somebody in the industry that had tested it, and we had talked about, you know, she was asking whether they heated or what we heated it from, because the greens previously were not heating. So
And I don't know if they were more intense green, deeper greens. You know, it's so long ago those came out. Those were back in the 1980s, I think.
sure.
You know, and I never really saw them back then, so I wasn't sure what the color was. But you know, I had some assumption that they were more of a vivid green, but I don't know that to be true. And you know, and she may be talking about, you know, when the there were Tanzanites that came out that were blue but had a green, strong green secondary. When
Zoning?
you look in the dichroscope, like we see stones like
Okay.
that now, that the secondary is green, and those didn't heat because there was a dealer that just bought a $300,000 parcel, and he was so depressed because they didn't heat.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't change to a color that he was hoping they would. So he'd just done it just before Tucson, and he was so depressed. Yeah. So
But and you know what? And there were some Tanzanites that, I don't know, it wasn't that long ago, but that had a strong green zoning in it. And even when they were heated, even in the crystals, there was still a zone of strong green. And that's when we would get those bicolor stones that were blue and green.
Yeah.
So I don't think those heated out either.
Yeah, I'd like to see more bicolors. All right. Next stone up. Opal. Oh, this next one wasn't on the show? 13 karat? Oh, these were the ones we didn't have overlays. Okay. Another just remarkable opal. Oh, okay. These didn't quite make the show, but I'd planned on them being on it because they are incredible gems. This is another semi-black opal. Now, if you look at it on white, it has a darker base color, which makes these colors just stand out extremely well. You know, this weighs 13.15 carats. Praise price $2,100. Our price online $1,550. Sure where to find this stone. 15. Or would it? Oh, okay. 1350. Okay, got it. So price online $1,390, 15 off. It's $1,182 or $90 a carat.
So the price,
Oh no,
$1,550 is the price.
Oh, that's not. Oh, that was the. Yeah, this had an error on it. What? Oh, yeah. Here's. Oh, $1,550 and 15 off. The number was.
Yes.
I had to calculate $1,550 times.
So it takes $232.50 off.
So it's $1,317. So basically $100 a carat. But look at the colors, just extraordinary. Now again, even the semi-blacks are just very, very difficult to come up with. The amount of color that's in this. Another truly extraordinary gem. Back of this one's not quite so beautiful. But still full color. But the front, wow, look at that. If I spend long enough time on this, will it sell too? It should, because the colors are just truly extraordinary.
So when we do a design for an opal, I mean, it's usually pendants we do. We usually do them with diamonds, plain, doesn't matter. I mean,
Oh, we do both. You know, we've done them with a colored stone at the top of it. We've done diamonds around. We've mixed color in with them. You know, done a row of color and a row of diamonds around them. I think there's a piece coming up that has a gold frame and a row of diamonds around it. I don't know, is that piece still in the shop? You probably don't know how much.
I don't
think
know.
it
I
is.
haven't been back there.
It'll be on the next Alice in Gemland show. But that's a killer opal for $100 a carat. Was there another one too, Mike? Oh yeah. Good size stone. You know, make a great pendant. You know, and these are definitely much safer in a pendant. All opals are.
Vicky, these are all the opals on the show are all from Ethiopia. They're the hydrophane material.
A good sized pendant. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, so we'd do the moonstones or do the opal. Okay. So another really cool opal. This has just a unique color flash to it. A lot of orange, yellow, and reds.
I'm doing that right now, Michael. All right, so the regular price on this is $24.15 with the 15% off. If the internet wasn't so slow for me right now, I could get that for you. I wish I could do that in my head. I know there's like a
what was
specific
the price?
formula.
$24.15.
Okay, so with the 15% off, it is $2,052.75. You want the per carat?
Like 90 something. But this truly
97.5.
extraordinary color. I mean, this is so different than other opals I see. Just huge patches of color. Just kind of everywhere you look, it's a little different pattern. But the amount of color, I mean, look at that view, and I mean, the whole thing is just color. And you get these patches that have the blues and indigos.
Looks like it's on fire.
Yeah.
Is it hot?
Yeah, like it's on, yeah.
How are you
hold
holding that? Are you burning?
Yeah, just I can't say I've seen another one like this either. You look at it, I mean, it's just solid color. You know, there's just no dead spots in it. And you have those highlights of purple, indigo. The intensity of those yellows, geez. They're all different, and this one is really unique. You know, in Australia, the most difficult color to get, of course, is the reds, and they bring the most money. This just has huge amounts of reds and yellows and orange and another incredible opal. Not quite a semi-black. I don't think I've listed it as that, but definitely has a darker body tone. All right. And the next up is a couple of moonstones. Rainbow moonstones coming from Madagascar. Just kind of unique because of the high transparency. This is a new supply that came out of Madagascar just a few years back. And supposedly the supply is gone. Time will tell. Supposedly what was left of the mine caved in was the stories we got. So you get a lot of secondary colors and one strong flash across the center.
So what do you think for these? Pair of earrings, ring and pendant?
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah. Definitely safer as earrings because they're not the hardest stone on the planet. Or pendant. 2-stone pendant. Done those before. One of the other. Kind of like that. The 2-stone pendant is cool. So these moonstones weigh 7.43 carats. Appraised price $33.40. Our price online $24.60. And with the 15 off, it's $2,091, $281 a carat. These have never been found anywhere before with this high of transparency in a rainbow moonstone. Definitely a unique source, and like I say, unfortunately, the source is played out quickly.
Yeah, it's insane how much Madagascar has produced and is producing. Just always something new.
Just some unique gems from there. Definitely my favorite country. I'd hoped to get Michael and Jeff over there sometime, but been some problems recently. Probably okay now, but always been a difficult country. It's one of those countries we talked about exporting from, and Madagascar, like I said, I've had it where it was legal to export, and then I got there and buy goods, and then they make it illegal to export. So there are a lot of issues with these emerging countries.
Yeah, I don't know if I forget their name. The viewer that he was here earlier, that's from Madagascar. If he had any insights to what's going on in the country and if things are all good now, or. But if you're still out there, let us know.
Yeah, hopefully things have straightened up. I would think they probably have, but don't know for sure. Yeah, we'd love to know. Okay, next up, another stone Michael cut. Oops, wrong one. I lost
You cut this one, Mike?
Yes, I cut it twice.
You went from like a 1.5 carat to a 53 carat stone.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, well, this one I cut it first, and it was asymmetrical. It was more free form, and when I didn't look at it close enough to where it was so close to where it looked like I had messed up, and then I just was like, well, it's just going to look like I messed up. So I corrected it. I made everything more symmetrical, and I think it's a lot better the way it is now than it was.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Oh.
Great job.
Yeah, I really liked this one. I picked this piece of rough to cut because it had so much citrine to it and just a little bit of amethyst, which is kind of unusual for this material. Typically, you'll see a lot more of the amethyst and a little bit of citrine, but this one it's mostly natural color citrine, which is really unusual because most citrine on the market is heated. When these crystals are natural from the ground with the purple and the yellow in it. So this one, I thought it's really cool.
The photographer should have cleaned it off a little better. Michael.
I didn't do this one. I think you did this one.
No way.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
All right. Okay, maybe I did.
I don't know.
Yeah, I should have cleaned it off.
It's just a little dusty. All right, give me the screen. Whoop. Lost it. Yeah, pretty stone. It's two ways of cutting these where you try and separate the color dramatically, or sometimes like this one, it mixes more, but still really a unique look to the gem. Yeah, did you keep the old video of the bad symmetry?
No, I deleted all that. All the evidence is gone.
Is there pretty stone. So it weighs 53.36 carats. Again, no treatment for these, or natural color. Appraised price $37.10. $19.90 is the price online. And with the 15 off, it's $16.92. I don't think that's right. So it's about $31 a carat. Again, a lot of work, particularly when you cut them twice.
Yeah, those big facets they're tough. Tough to get a good polish all the way across, and just takes time.
Nice job, Michael.
Thanks. You want to show the size of that one? Because it's a pretty big stone.
Big pendant. Not too big. Pendants you can wear big stones, much bigger than you think you can wear, will wear well in a pendant. The next one up is another Ametrine. This is
the final hidden gem.
Final hidden gem. All right, I just put this one live. If you refresh the page where all the stones are, this should show up in either the first or second row. But unlike the other stones on the show tonight, this one you can get 25% off this listed price. Just use coupon code RARE25 at checkout.
And this is kind of what Michael was talking about. These typically have more amethyst in them. So this one weighs 45.64 carats. Appraised price $35.90. Our price online $15.75. And with the 15 off, it's $11.81 or it's 25 off. $11.81 or $26 a carat. Yeah. Unique pendant shape. Got this even plain, and it has a unique look. Ametrine from Bolivia. Next up, Molly Garnet. We don't get these very often. Production is always very, very slow for Molly Garnets. But they cut really nicely. They're bright, bright gems. They have a high refractive index, and they have good dispersion. Start to see some of the different colors coming out of it. This one weighs 2.20 carats. Don't see them over 3 carat very often. Appraised price $1,760. Our price online is $880. And the 15 off, it's $748 or $340 a carat, which for garnets these days is a relatively inexpensive price. And rightfully so. They're just so brilliant. They give you a diamond-like brilliance. And this stone, I think in daylight it goes greener, is what I've seen. But nice dispersion. I mean, that's those different colors in it is the dispersion. Good ring size.
Yeah, you don't get the yellow like that. What, sapphire maybe? Any other stones that you would... I don't see these that often.
Yeah, the greenish yellow color.
That could even be... I'm always thinking about men's jewelry, but even for a men's ring, that would look really nice.
Uh-huh.
Like white
Yeah,
gold.
it's just so bright.
Yeah.
I mean, the dispersion in this light is just remarkable. I'm looking at it. You know, and I know daylight color is really, really extraordinary. As I remember it, it goes greener. Pretty gem. Mali garnet. Mali is the country of origin. It's in Africa. Hard to find better brilliance in a colored gem. And next one up, this comes from Montana. A 1.33 carat sapphire. Blue secondary greenish, kind of typical of Montana. A little bluer than most. Appraised price on this one, $1,730. Our price online of $1,030. And the 15 off, it's $927, putting it at $697 a carat.
And question came in from the vertical YouTube chat. So we don't do any outside cutting. We just cut our own rough and design jewelry around that. So unfortunately, we won't be able to help you out with that cutting project. Your best bet is probably to look either in the lapidary Facebook groups, or you can check out the lapidary subreddits. You may find somebody there or ask around. There are some people that do outside cutting work, but unfortunately we just don't have the time to do that.
All right. That pretty much was what we had in the show, right?
That's the last one, huh?
That was it, yeah, unless you want to show some other things. You got anything else?
Somebody wants to see Michael's Peridot again.
see that
Queen
Peridot.
Victoria. If you've got questions or want to see some stones again or on a finger or want to talk about Steve's history of cutting, ask those questions now. Type them in Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. We'll get those questions answered. And like Queen Victoria, if you want to see a stone again, we'd be happy to show it to you. Appreciate everybody watching tonight. If you haven't yet, Michael loves it when we hit 100 for our likes. Just hit that little thumb at the bottom. And what are we at right now? We're at 93. So we just need 7 more.
93. Oh, man,
Yes.
7.
And if you can subscribe as well, that'd be amazing. We do put out a lot of educational videos. That's why we have almost 250,000 subscribers on YouTube. We even got a plaque for it. So help us out, subscribe. We appreciate it. But yeah, bring in some of those questions if you have them. And like we do every night, not every night, once a month, we don't call each other and talk about this at night. Once a month, we, at the end of the show, we talk about the stone that we were surprised hasn't sold yet. I already know the one I'm going to pick. Okay, so Rumble in the Kitchen. Amy wants to know, how many generations of stone cutting are in your family? Well,
1,
would it
2 now.
Would be 2 with Michael, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, nobody else in my family.
No.
Oh,
That's your
there's another
favorite.
opal.
Is that yours?
Huh?
That's your choice that you're
No,
mad at?
this wasn't on as part of the show. This was some of the extras.
Oh.
Because, this is definitely semi-black, and it's listed on the show, isn't it, Mike? We just didn't show it. These are some opals that are, the opals we bought recently just blow me away. Another one, semi-black. Like an 11 karat.
Do we have the Linda had purchased that oval pair of blue zircon. Do we have those available to look at?
Yep. Oh. and this camera is not going to do them justice because it just doesn't reproduce blue zircon color well, but and even the intensity is greater than this. And you throw the green that's in it, these are just killer stones. They're going to blow you away. They're just amazing. Bright gems and a color to die for sure. Yeah, I mean, this what it's showing on the screen is a poor representation of the true beauty of these blue zircons, which you'll see when you get them. They're just mind-blowing.
One question came in from Mr. Jim's. What's your favorite gem market you've ever visited?
Favorite gem market? Well, Madagascar.
Why is that?
Just the variety of gems that were found there. And it was always difficult buying, but it's such a unique country. I mean, everything about that country is unique. 75% of everything that lives there lives nowhere else on the planet. I mean, the animals are totally unique. The people just were really extraordinary to be with. And, the gem variety is greater than any other country on the planet. The quantity is not particularly great, it was sometimes difficult to spend your money, but the variety that I saw there, in our probably our first and second trip were just amazing, because then we were just rejecting things just because we didn't like the price. And I think about some of the parcels we rejected, and there was just so much then. But after that, it got difficult to find enough goods there. But the uniqueness of the gems, and there's always been great sapphires from there. Sapphire market changed completely when Madagascar started producing. The stones from Elakaka just, the price of, you could have bought a 5-carat sapphire back in the early 90s for $1,500 a carat, that now would cost you $10,000 a carat. It was a pretty unique place.
No,
I just
go back.
enjoyed it.
Good.
And I traveled with a friend that we always had a great time together, and it was a fun. We probably did 7 or 8 trips there.
Jim?
Jim.
Yep. All right, so we got a sale. So I believe you cut this one, Michael, the Hexagon Barian. Peridot.
Yes, I did. Oh, very
Yes.
cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Vicky picked that one up. Thank you,
Hope
Vicky.
you like it. Thank you.
Yes. Everybody's getting some of Michael's first stones. I think Eileen purchased your first ever stone that you cut.
I think you're right. Yep.
Here's another parcel of those tourmalines. Parcels like about 600 bucks.
Also, let's see, Joan would like to see that Barian cut amethyst on the hand again.
The emerald cut.
Is it emerald? Yes, you're right. Brilliant emerald cut. Again, thank you everybody for watching. I think we're 3 hours into the show. The show's actually, it's probably closing down early. Usually we're at 10:30 or 11. I may actually get home by midnight.
Yeah, I made Steve cut it back. I told him only 25 stones, but we compromised at 33.
Okay, 33, huh? Okay.
Big rings, though.
Yeah. Be pretty amazing, though. Pendant would be great, too. Let's see. Okay. Hopefully that helps you, Joan. Let's see. We got some other keep questions coming. This is keeps interesting. Gary wants to know. I think he purchased the pink garnet. What are you thinking? Yellow or white gold for a ring?
Well, we would do it in white just because the market is strongly white, but it's a great color for yellow for sure. And we keep hoping that the market changes back to yellow, because much easier to deal with in setting, and so much. And I think it personally that stones look better in yellow, but the market's still strongly to white. It's probably 75% white, 25% yellow. Maybe that's the percentage currently. Shifting some, but kind of slow to shift.
Yeah, and yellow, we've done, our rings are all in yellow gold. I think yellow gold looks great. I wear yellow gold chain. I like yellow because it's the color of gold,
Yeah.
White gold.
That color of garnet, it looks better in yellow for sure.
Yeah.
There are stones that look better in white, but that wouldn't be one of them. They look fine in white, but if I were to choose what color I think it looks better in, definitely yellow.
All right, got a few more questions, but we're in the topic of what looks best. So let's do our picks for the night. And I'll get to these other questions soon here too, and keep them coming if you got them.
I'm going to go first tonight, Jeffrey.
You are? Don't be taking my stone.
I'm taking your stone.
You are?
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. So we're going to go with the stones that are left over from the 33 that we have, which are, we're surprised hasn't sold yet tonight. So go ahead, Michael.
All
I'll
right,
let you go
this
first
is
this
the Tanzanite, the
okay.
unheated 835 emerald cut Tanzanite. You just don't see the shape in Tanzanite and that color, for being an unheated natural color, I think is so cool.
Show it, but I don't know where to do it.
And
I'm
you see
glad
this
it
color.
didn't sell. I get them.
Yeah,
out.
I know. Yeah.
So are you going to do a ring or are you going to do a pendant, you think, if it doesn't sell?
I think although I just did a long ring like that, and Michael hated setting it.
Well, that stone was tough. It had a thin girdle. It was the ring was tough. I think the cutting on this stone would make it easier to set.
Okay. It'd be a ring, just because it's so unique as a ring. As a pendant, it's cool, but as a ring, it just is a unique piece. It's like something you've never seen before, something that long. And I mean, you put 2, 3, 4 diamonds down the side, you can just accent it a little bit, and it does so much for it. You can do a triangle of diamonds, you can do diamonds down the side, you can do diamonds all the way around it, but I'd probably do it a little simpler just to make the shape stand out more. I'm not sure if I would do like 5 diamonds down the side or maybe a triangle with 2 more diamonds out the side of it. Maybe that would be what I'd choose. I'm not sure. Or just make it lengthy just by putting, the 5 diamonds right down the side of it. Accentuate the length of it. Maybe put diamonds down the shank. I'm not sure.
Right.
But you could mount it plain and it'd be so cool.
Right.
So.
Well, if someone decides to get it, we're happy to work with you, and we'll design it any way you want it. All right, Mike, that is a cool stone. All right, I'll let you go. I'll go last. Steve, what do you got for your...
Well, definitely the Sapphire Tanzanite.
Oh, that deep one.
I mean, it is so friggin' blue. Unlike, I'm sure I've probably had another Tanzanite that was this blue, but I sure can't remember it, and just having, a lot of people think blue Tanzanites are the best. I don't necessarily agree with that, but when you see a blue that looks like this one, I'd be fully in agreement. If all the blues had this look, it would be extraordinary, and it would, it'd be like a totally different market than what Tanzanite is, to have them totally blue, just like sapphires. Not that I'm proposing that's a good thing, because it's not going to happen, but it would totally be a different market if they were this blue.
Okay.
Because you see this, and there's so many different lights you look at this in, and the blue is just extraordinary. I mean, I can't say any more about it, but there must be more expletives that. Holy! Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
So I guess we have a trio of Tanzanites tonight, because
really?
mine, of course, is that.
Oh, it's the round.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that thing.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a Tanzanite night. Which
Yeah.
is good, because I have a lot of Tanzanite to cut. Yeah, I have enough Tanzanite to. If I was just cutting Tanzanite, it'd be 10 years to finish them. And I'm glad to have them, because Tanzanite is sporadically available in top qualities, and there'll be a day when they're just really tough to get, and that's been said for 10 years now. But one of these days it's going to happen. And getting the best of the best that's out there, is just such a rare thing. There's a lot of Tanzanite available, but, the really top colors and the unique colors that you see like this stone are just rare things.
All right, there's our top 3 for the night. All right. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that, and hopefully somebody picks one of those up. Well, I kind of hope this one's around.
Yeah.
All right. That's kind of big for a men's ring. I still like it.
No, it's not that big. Not that much bigger than your Specirtite. Your Specirtite's
like it
probably
is.
as long as that one is wide.
I feel like it is.
Yeah.
But, all right.
Oh.
So, we got, let's see if my button's not working here. Michael, shut off my soul. There we go. Joan picked up that brilliant emerald cut amethyst, the 20 carat. So, excited to see what you decided to do with that one. If it's going to be a nice, larger ring, or if you're going to go with a pendant. We've done much bigger rings than this before.
Yeah, we've done some pretty big rings. So if you like big rings, this would be great. So yeah, thank you, Joan.
Yeah, and I'll get the spot off before we get it to you. I'm sure it's just a spot of glue, but I'll look at it tomorrow and make sure it's right.
Problems. Okay, this one came out of the blue. This was a really cool color. But Carrie picked up the brilliant cut. Anybody want to finish it off? What else is brilliant cut? Hexagon. Brilliant cut Hexagon.
The Garnet?
What?
The Garnet?
The Rhodolite Garnet. I think it's
yeah.
Rhodolite Garnet. Yeah, that's a cool color.
Yeah, it's
Very nice. Yeah, I love that color.
special stone,
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure.
Yep. Also interested to see what you do with it. Is this? But how's that thing? That could be used as a ring. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. I mean, it's good size ring, but not. I mean, we make bigger rings than that all the time.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you could have put that in a ring. It's not your color though. I'd like
me?
that in a ring.
Yeah.
For me personally, I mean, that would have been a nice ring.
Yeah.
I like that color.
Don't you have a hexagon ring? Or you
I
did?
don't have anything.
No. Thought you did.
Or
Maybe we made
wonder
one.
what
I
happened
just
to
saw it
my-
on the site before. I don't know. You've had a few big rings.
Yeah, sold a lot of them.
Yeah.
Lost one.
The Cal Sydney one? still
No,
have
that
that
we tore apart. I don't know if it just
We
wore
did.
out. Why
Yeah.
did we tear that one apart? I know I sold the
I think you were-
Chalcedony out of it.
Right. I don't know if you're tired of it or what. But yeah, we set that into a really large pendant with a bunch of other gems. It was actually a really cool piece. And there's a coin in the center. Had a sphere I had the bezel set.
Ooh.
And a bunch of other. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it must have chipped or something. I had to recut it, or because it was a cool ring. I don't think I
I
just
don't know.
tore it apart.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It looked the same from what I remembered it when I was setting it. So
I really wish Sphene would be like ring friendly because I love that.
Yeah.
That, but
Oh,
it's
there's a pear-shaped sphere that we have right now that's just killer.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, if you could put a ring, although I saw a major dealer that was putting sphenes in rings, and I mean, she sells some expensive pieces, but I don't get it because they're just not going to hold up.
Kind of insure it.
or just if you're careful with it and you just make sure you understand what it is,
I mean,
and
it
you know
barely
you're
has any hardness at all. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is. Is it 5?
not sure.
Can't remember where sphene's at. Definitely not a ring stone in my opinion, but
5 to 5.5. Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Not
Couple
that we
of
don't
questions.
put opals in
What?
rings.
Opals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple last questions. Queen Victoria said, Michael, obviously you've learned from the master. She loves all your stones.
Oh well, thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Good having, being kind of an apprentice with, have the master right there.
it's-
It makes it a lot
it's-
easier.
It's nice to have somebody to go to when I've got questions and orientation wise with the rough, and if I'm running into issues, it's always nice to have them right there.
But we do have a ton of videos, and they're absolutely free. We don't charge for them. We don't pay gate them. We should, but we give them to you for
Yeah.
free to learn from the best. So if you go on our YouTube channel, there's a whole section on gem cutting videos done by Steve.
And that's really where I learned a lot of it and got it all in my head, because of editing all those videos, and I had to watch them, multiple times, and I just kind of got everything through that and being there, recording it the whole time. So they do help, and they give you a good understanding if you're looking to start.
All right. Amy wants to know, is there a gemstone that you love but are surprised it's not more popular?
How about you guys?
Peridot.
Well, Peridot, yeah. Yeah, that'd be both our answers. Yeah, we love Peridot, and and we've got incredible stones, and they just it's few and far between. Well, we've sold a lot, but
Yeah.
I have quite a collection. Michael's got a collection, and we just think the world of them, and it's not everybody thinks the same. Fortunately, he sold his tonight, and I didn't sell mine. That was blue light special, but it's just the nature of Peridot for some reason.
Yeah.
But we will always have a good stock of it whenever you need Peridot, because we respect it, and I know how difficult it is to get the top gems, and we just have a great source for it direct from Pakistan, and we'll keep stocking it. We probably need to promote it more.
Yeah, I was trying to think about a video showing, at least to, put our opinion on it and show what is actually out there. Like, a lot of people don't understand the colors you can get from it and how beautiful it can be. So we'll do that sometime soon. Good promotion.
We need
for
to
it.
mount more, which I have been mounting a few. So, yep.
Let's see. All right. D7B wants to know, why do most Indonesians use oval shapes on their gems?
Well, oval is definitely better yield, and one of the better selling cuts. Ovals mountings are available, just easier to work with for jewelers, and it's a better yield. If you could cut all rounds are probably easily saleable, bright stones, but the rough just doesn't lend itself to rounds. Rough lends itself to ovals much more often than any other shape. So it's all about yield from the rough and saleability. Jewelers are used to buying ovals, and it's just a popular cut. I don't much like cutting them, but it's probably the most sold shape for sure.
All right. I think the last one that we have for the night is, do you have any Fanta Garnet? I'm guessing the drink.
Yeah,
or is that
that's Spessartite.
Is that Spessartite?
Yeah. I don't know if we currently have anything. I mean, popular seller, the problem with Fanta Garnets right now is the price that you have to pay for them is significant. I mean, $1,000 a carat Spessartite Garnets is not unusual. I think we even sold that match pair. I don't know if there's anything online. No, we sold quite a few recently. Yeah, so I may have a little bit of rough. I don't know what's clean, but just difficult to buy for me right now. The prices that they're asking me is just significant. So hopefully when we go to Bangkok, we'll be able to get some nice material there. But it's a really hot stone right now, and the prices are just, some people are crazy. What they want for it. When they're asking me $1,500 a carat for it, I go, yeah, right. Where can I sell it? So that's the problem with that type of garnet right now. Just price.
All right. We hit 102 likes. So
All
thank
right.
you, everybody. If
All
you didn't
right.
hit that thumb
Thank
up,
you.
just go down there and hit it. Again, if you want to subscribe, you'll be notified of our next shows. The next live gem show will be, I think it was, what did I say, the second or third?
Third, I think.
3rd of June, Wednesday, June 3rd at 7 p.m. as well. So mark your calendars. Have some amazing stones once again. But we also release a ton of cool videos. So with all the stones that we have left, if there's anything that you like, purchase it tonight. There'll be a big email that goes out tomorrow to the rest of our customers. So usually a lot more stones will sell. So if you do like something, I'd pick it up. Again, we offer PayPal, we offer credit card, and financing through a firm. Tomorrow, if you want to put something on layaway, if it hasn't sold by tomorrow, you can give us a call, and we take 20% down, and we can put that stone on hold for you, or a layaway for you, if that's the way you want to do it. But yeah, all right, 10:19 p.m. Central Time, not too bad. We appreciate everybody watching. It's always a great time, and yeah, we couldn't do this with everybody. Next month is going to be our 70th show.
That's crazy.
Which is nuts to think about that it could have turned into this. So we really thank you, everybody.
6 years.
Thanks so much, everybody.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. All right, everybody, you keep on gemming.
Let's go, like the stage is set. Rare gemstones you won't forget. Colors so bold, they steal the scene. A world of brilliance, crisp and clean. On the MoreGems.com, where treasures shine. A moment of beauty, a spark divine. Cut to perfection. Glowing with pride, step into the wonder, come inside. Come inside, oh. The finest gems, each one a star, from places distant and lands afar. Shapes that shimmer, hues that play. This is your chance, it's Gem Drop Day. So see the light in every stone, crafted by hands, each one alone. A fleeting glimpse, don't let it fade. Gems like these are never remade. On the MoreGems.com, where treasures shine. A moment of beauty, a spark divine. Cut to perfection, glowing with pride. Step into the wonder, come inside. Come inside, it's the MoreGems.com, a dazzling view where every gemstone waits for you. Welcome to the MoreGems.com. Let's go! On the MoreGems.com, where treasures shine. A moment of beauty, a spark divine. Cut to perfection, glowing with pride. Step into the wonder, come inside. Learn inside, yo. It's the MoreGems.com, a dazzling view where every gemstone waits for you.